And
hello, everybody. Well, my computer being a slow little, what was it I said? A dough instead of douche. We are now exactly 17 minutes late on our Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 show tonight. So let's go ahead and get started right off the bat and started talking about one of the best movies I've seen this year. I think only Logan surpassed. I think Logan's like the #1 movie for me right now.
I still haven't watched Logan yet. My brother was like, "Yeah, do the thing. I'll give you my voodoo. You can watch it."
Oh, that's rude. Tell him to get on his vet and give you his voodoo. You need to see that so we can talk about that. We have more stuff to talk about this summer.
He did give it to me, but then immediately after that, I started my 12 Monkeys rewatch.
I haven't even started that.
And I already have 2 shows lined up for afterwards because Susan finds it wildly inappropriate that I haven't watched the Toby Stephens version of her. And then she just finished Black Sails and is like, watch it. And I'm like, okay, fine. I was going to anyway.
Black Sails on, like, where can I go watch that at? Because I did actually want to see that.
I'm gonna have to find it online somewhere. Like, I'm not allowed to download
like on
stuff.
Hulu or anything.
I don't know. It's Stars. Like, you have to pay extra for Stars stuff on Hulu.
All right, I guess I'll have to off Netflix. I don't know. We'll see. So right now I'm started up on season 4 of The 100 since that finally dropped to Netflix and I can watch it since I got screwed over at the beginning of the year because my DVR didn't record it. But I'll probably put that aside when I start next week. I can watch that in 3 weeks. I'm not worried about it.
I still haven't made it through the first season of The 100. Like, it has such good ideas, and it's just, like, it's not even like it's annoying me. It's just other stuff keeps happening.
Sorry.
And, like, every other show that exists keeps getting prioritized in front of it.
I'm trying to determine whether the meowing cat I hear is outside or at the door. So give me a second, because if it's my old man, I gotta let him in.
Okay. Armpit is itching. I don't even know what is going on. Our 0 viewers. I don't even know. Don't even know. I don't know if you can tell, but like when I was 15 or 16, I got hit by a car and it changed the shape of my mouth. And sometimes I notice it when I'm watching myself talking on this new video thing. It's right there. That teeth right there. I'm just talking to myself about how being hit by a car changed the shape of my mouth and how I notice it.
It is the poor neighbor's cat that since they got 2 new kittens have been spent outside. Yeah.
Poor baby cat.
That's me. If I go outside and she sees me, she comes running up to me and rolls on the ground like, no.
Cats know when people are cat people.
Yeah. She probably smells the 3. Yeah, it's like weird that blonde thing didn't happen on this side. You notice that?
Yeah.
It's weird.
I'm trying real hard not to touch my hair because it'll just make it frizz out more. And I like how these like 2 perfect spirals are right here.
Yeah.
And I wish all of it would dry like that, but it never does.
I like one of these days we're just gonna do a hair show because we always end up to have Barbara record doing my hair when we recolor it or it again after I strip it. But we're gonna strip it and then leave it alone for the summer, and then I'm gonna redo colors right before I go to Chicago in October.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It'll be so bright and sunshiny.
That's the plan. I want like really bright, colorful hair for Chicago because I'm going to Chicago. I'm going home to see all my friends and family. I want to look cool.
You're going to Chicago.
Oh my God! I've never heard anyone else say that but me. I'm like not even kidding.
It's from Married with Children when I was like real small, super early on in that show.
That's where I got that from.
Got it from, but like Kelly Bundy got the job as a weather girl, but she couldn't read, so she was like Stromcluds over Chicago.
I wonder if that's actually where I got or ever heard anyone else say that but me. That was funny.
Watched the same show at the same time before we even knew each other.
Ooh.
It was fated to be.
It was awesome like that. Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Guardians of the Galaxy, where shall we begin on this rolling cavalcade of so many things to talk about?
We start off the beginning with like the cutest scene ever because we have Groot, baby Groot dancing.
Baby Groot. Have you seen the behind the scenes things where it was dancing that they used for the motion capture for Baby Groot dancing?
It was so cute.
So cute.
Like made me literally so happy. I just like love James Gunn. He's just like amazing. He's done such good job with movies.
He's so fun. And like these movies are ridiculous, but then they're also super feelsy, but then also really tie into the main show somehow.
Yeah.
The main series. My favorite thing about that whole beginning part was like, or through the whole thing even, Groot is effectively like a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old, and they're just like dragging him into battle.
Right? And the Ravagers are dumping beer on him and stuff, and I'm like, stop harming the baby!
That's when I was okay with them all getting killed.
Yeah, the only one I didn't want to have die was Chips, because Chips was cool, and Chips is awesome, and I love him.
I'm glad that they saved Kraglin, though. He's the director's brother, so that's probably why they saved him.
I did not know that was the director's brother. Oh my gosh.
I think so. But
funny.
Yeah, he like he's just this little tiny baby, and he can fight and stuff, but he's little. And they just like bring him into battle, and then fighting that giant octopus thing, they all stopped to wave or to say hi or whatever whenever he was there.
And then like I totally had all these feels like a week after I saw the movie. There was an article that popped up like, why won't Groot dance in front of because his wife never danced. And I'm like, oh, all the feels shit.
The universe is made of dancers and not dancers, and Drax is a not dancer.
And so like Groot won't dance in front of him because he doesn't want to upset Drax. And I'm just like, oh.
But he will totally beat his ass when he breaks his radio, like in the opening part.
Yeah.
The whole part where Drax was talking about how time he saw his wife, they were at a party, and there was so little reaction to the music that she might as well have been dead, and that's when he knew he wanted to marry her.
I loved it. I'm like, oh.
She may as well have been dead. I mean, talk about character development. He's like making jokes and trying to figure out metaphors, and he's lying really badly.
I mean, he was fun the last movie. It was like I said several times on Facebook right before I went and saw the volume 2. If you had told me 5 years ago I would like Dave Bautista, I would have punched you in the face. Stand him. In my opinion, was one of the worst wrestlers on the WWE's roster.
I don't even know him as a wrestler, but he's so much fun as Drax.
Exactly.
So much fun.
He is, and he he was in another movie with Vin Diesel, one of the Riddick movies recently too, and he did really good there too. So maybe he's just more of an actor than a wrestler.
He just always should have been acting, is what it was. And him and his
they never listen.
His friendship with Mantis, who is my new favorite person ever.
Oh my God, she's so adorable.
He keeps insisting that she's hideous. I've made friends with this hideous bug person.
I am a flea with a purpose.
I am a flea with a purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, man. She was just so great. I'm glad, like, there was that part where it looked like she was going to get just totally obliterated during the big battle at the end, and I'm glad that she was just knocked out.
Yeah, that was like, yay, she's okay. I don't want her to die. Ego can die, but I don't want her to die.
Oh, man. Like,
Ego Yondu thing, like, last, because I guarantee it's make me cry tonight. So we're going to hold on to that for last. I can't discuss Ego and Yondu yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
But can we discuss how Ego deserved to die?
Yes, we can discuss Ego deserved to die.
What
of the two people who died in this movie, he deserved to die.
What a dick.
Yeah.
What a dick.
Seriously. Super dick. Like, he made Ronan look like a cuddly teddy bear apartment.
Also, like, all of that Ego habitat goo that was all over all the planets, like, when they stopped him, that didn't go away. It just stopped moving forward. So now there's somewhere on Earth that just has a giant blob of Ego habitat just sitting there. And S.H.I.E.L.D. is still mostly non-functional outside the TV show.
Right, which is like somebody tried to argue, why haven't we heard about the goo, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, because nobody probably actually knows about it except for the people in that town.
Yeah.
Is non-functioning. It's like so minusculely small, and they're still dealing with the Inhumans, so.
And also, like, wait.
Or they were the last time I watched it. I don't know.
34 years after 1980. That actually makes it 3 years ago. That was like. That was still after S.H.I.E.L.D. fell, though.
Yeah, because S.H.I.E.L.D. fell near the end of season 1. Is it the end of season 1?
Yeah.
Leading into Civil War. Or not Civil War, after Winter Soldier, sorry.
So all of this would have been right when they were really incapacitated, not even now.
Yeah, so that explains why we really haven't heard about it in the movies all that much. And, you know, Steve's been busy looking for Bucky. Tony's been busy being an asshole. Everybody else has been busy doing their own thing, really. I don't know what Clint was doing. I guess he was off playing Old Man McDonald.
Maybe he's the only one who knows about it.
Right? Maybe he's like, I was off dealing with this goo in this small town while y'all were kicking each other's asses.
Like, I feel like superheroes are still kind of, despite the Avenger movies when they all come together, they're still kind of provincial. There's not a whole lot of crossover until they intentionally come together.
Yeah.
And they haven't come to Earth yet with the celestial ones.
Mm-mm.
So
Yeah, so I don't know.
I bet you when they get here, they'll be like, "Yeah, we did a thing with a thing," and somebody will be like, "That's what that goo was. We never did figure it out."
Yeah, yeah. The only other thing, yeah, that's probably that when probably, and then and this is only a few months after Volume 1. It's only been a few months since the end of Volume 1, so in their timeline.
Yeah, it's still close. Yeah,
They're trying to cram a lot of Guardians in before we get Infinity Wars.
Yeah,
Which goes to come out late next year, isn't it? Or over the summer next year?
I think it's next year. I don't remember. We have Thor this fall.
In November, I want to say, or October.
It's usually November, and then I think.
Hey, come on, thank you.
Is Black Panther before or after that?
Hang on, I'll tell you. Is set to be released. Sorry. November 3rd of 2017, so November. Black Panther. Not Black. February 16th of 2018. So it is the next movie after Thor. But before Thor, we have Spider-Man Homecoming still.
Yeah. So that 3 movies all lined up.
Which technically we should just say is the next Iron Man movie since Tony's such a big part of it.
Maybe. The commercials are certainly making it look like it's mostly a Tony movie, but we don't know how the actual movie's going to go.
Yeah, and I do want to see it when it comes out. When does that come out?
Me too. Soon. There's already commercials on TV for it.
Yeah, isn't it like, I want to say it's July. No, not Spooderman.
Spooderman?
It did an O instead of the I. Apparently Chris Evans is in it too.
I don't have it on my list, so it's not this month, but it's
July 7th. So in just a few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Chris Evans is in it. Robert Downey Jr. Stan Lee! Sorry.
I'm so sleepy.
Back to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Back to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, well.
Otherwise
We're going to have
known,
a dark room tonight because I forgot to.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, yeah. Otherwise known as the Baby Groot Show featuring everybody else.
Mm-hmm. The movie, all of it, but Groot was definitely like my favorite part because he was absolutely adorable. No, I want the fin. Brings him his underwear.
that whole sequence where he's like not grasping the concept of what he's trying to get, like that was probably the funniest part of the whole movie. Like how did he not wake up anybody chopping off a guy's toe or dragging out a whole desk?
Or taking the one guy's eye.
And the eye was just like looking all over the place.
Like, where am I?
Oh man. When they get the Guardians to Earth and they meet Bucky, if somebody doesn't try to steal his arm, I'm gonna be severely disappointed in them.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, if Rocket doesn't go, I need your arm for this, I will be sorely disappointed in them. Like, sorely disappointed for a missed opportunity. Entire fandom will be disappointed for that missed opportunity.
They've got to do it. Even if they didn't originally intend to do it, they've got to do it now.
Yeah, because like fandom is expecting it. So if they don't do it, that'll be F you to the fandom.
So far he's gotten a leg, an eye, a fin,
Yeah.
a toe. So sooner or later he'll be able to theoretically build a body from all the parts that he's taken.
Theoretically.
Between him and Groot.
Excuse me.
Which would kind of be hilarious if there was like some other character that's a cyborg or a robot that needs to be created and they've been slowly creating him.
The wrong universe.
Well, the one called Cyborg is the wrong universe. Yeah. But there's got to be a cyborg in Marvel somewhere.
I'm sure there is. There is not some. No, go ahead.
It'll be like when you get action figures and they come with like the arm or the leg, and you put together the other guy.
Yes, that would be awesome. Are you hearing us here, James Gunn? That's what you need to be leading up to with the continuous body parts joke. Because you know Rocket kept that eye. I have no doubt in my mind he like shoved that down inside his suit somewhere.
Right? He probably kept all of those parts.
Oh, a toe.
He's got to be a hoarder to have all the little bits he needs to build his spontaneous bombs.
Right?
I just saw a GIF set earlier tonight of the part where they were in the woods, and he called Rocket a raccoon. Call me a raccoon. So he goes, I'm sorry, I meant to say trash panda. And then they all just look at each other like, is that better? Is that better? And like, no, it's so much worse. And then they got all mad all over again.
Yeah, and it was like I saw that GIF set like right after the movie came out, and people about how does Peter know that saying? And I was telling my mom about it. And she's like, dude, we've been calling raccoons trash pandas since I was a little girl, and that was like 1952. So,
right,
8-year-old Peter could have heard the term trash pandas to a raccoon.
I have heard my whole life that raccoons are related to pandas and pandas are related to raccoons, so it's not that big a stretch to spontaneously invent trash panda, even if you hadn't heard that.
Exactly, yeah. It's like nothing is new anymore, people. Our generation has not invented any sayings. None of it is new. Except some of that weird crap that some of the teenagers are saying now that aren't actually words, like sleek. What the hell does that mean?
Kids these days. Oh my god,
get off my lawn.
6-year-old nephew at dinner today was like, you should have come to the pool. It was lit. 6.
The pool was on fire? That's not fun. That's not fun at all.
There was a birthday party there.
That would have been my response. Totally. The pool was on fire? That's not fun at all.
That's dangerous. You should have come home. The unaging technology is getting better. It was less creepy to have young Ego than it was in, say, Tron a couple of years ago.
Right. They definitely put more money towards that de-aging technology there.
It was brilliant. Like the hair was just perfect. The back combing.
Yeah. He looked like he did 4 years ago, you know?
That's the thing about an actor that's been around that long is you can do all the de-aging easier because you've got footage of it.
For younger.
Also, it means that everyone knows whether you're doing it right or not, though.
Like, his nose was more straight 34 years ago. I don't know.
I just feel really bad for Peter's mom by this point.
Oh, she like fell in love with a spaceman, and then he gave her cancer.
And he did it on purpose because he knew that otherwise he would never leave, and he had a purpose, which was to destroy everything.
He murdered Peter's mother to destroy the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think maybe he did actually fall for her, but he's a villain. And that was the moment when he proved he was a villain, because he handled it like a villain.
Yeah, he did. He handled it like a villain.
He didn't even, like, kidnap her and take her with him or something. Like, nope, he had to kill her because she was too distracting.
Yeah.
Oh my god, though, that pit for all his other children.
Oh my god, I know. Like,
and Mantis was just like, these are his children. And I was like, no, he's gotta die. Gotta die.
And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I just have to talk. I don't care how crazy she is, Nebula is totally my bitch. I love that woman.
Oh my god. I love Nebula so much. She was so bitchy through the whole thing.
I love her. She's so awesome.
And I love that her and Gamora resolved some of their trouble.
Mm-hmm. They resolved some of their childhood trauma. And, you know, Gamora's totally like, you can stay. And she goes, I gotta kill Dad. I'm like, yeah, I can respect that.
Speaking of terrible fathers.
Right? Yeah.
Disney's
all full of the daddy issues this year.
But that means that Nebula will be running around in these other ones as showing up.
Karen Gillian is already listed for Infinity Wars, so we do know we will get more Nebula.
I love Nebula.
Nebula is like my second favorite character next to Groot. Groot is just adorable.
I love Karen Gillan. She's like, she can take the cheesiest lines. She can take the cheesiest lines and deliver them dead serious and make them intimidating.
Right? She like meek. Yeah, I mean, Amy Pond was never meek, but you know, she just went them from being this fiery, bossy little red-headed human being to cold and angry, and I love it.
So angry. She crashed a ship into her sister. That's how mad she was. She's on me.
I will kill you with my ship.
Oh my goodness. You keep freezing.
And even she stop it. I'm here.
Hello.
Hello? Okay, I'm assuming you can't hear me.
I can now. You came back. If you stay.
Yay, ready to reboot. Okay, I'm rebooting.
Oh man. I kind of want now.
I have to say, even though after she crashes her ship, Hello?
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 Dang it. This time. Be right back.
This is very aggravating. It's very hard to handle. How are we supposed to have a show when it's being like this? One viewer. How are we supposed to? Speaking of one viewer, wonder if you have said anything. Hello, one viewer. I was just thinking about how Nebula's bones put themselves back together whenever she gets all crustified. And I think that it would be really fun if it was the only one who could help her upgrade or to fix something, or if her bone fixing ability helped him with something. That'd be super cool. They're both reconstructed cyborgs. So why not? They can help each other out. It'd be cool. This is, oh my goodness. She's rebooting her computer, so hopefully it'll stop being aggravating for a minute again. The reason why we were late was because her thing was being super slow. But I'm really enjoying these cosmic Marvel movies. I'm really enjoying these cosmic movies. Like Doctor Strange and Guardians of the Galaxy are so much more fun than anything that's going on in the mainstream movies anymore. Although I think Thor looks like it's going to be fun again. But maybe Thor doesn't count as mainstream anymore because he's not Cap or Tony. Poor Thor. And when the heck is Hulk ever going to have his own movie again? Did they just put him into this one because he's never going to have his own movie? Poor Thor. And Clint and Natasha still never had their own at all. Not even one played by other people. Very rude. Very rude. Phone is being very strange too. But I wonder how long it's going to take her to get back this time. I wonder how long. See, if we had editing, all of this part would be cut out, and this would be a blooper where it's just me rambling. Wait for her to come back. It'll be like that one episode of Doctor Who where Martha had to read them or listen to that message that he left before he erased his own brain to become Mr. Smith. She recorded all that talking that ended in "Never Let Me Eat Pears," but they did something else about it. But after the series, they released it, and you could just listen to him talking about how he really likes the House Martins, which is why I downloaded all the House Martins music, because I'm that sort of a fangirl. But there you go. Come back, Joy. I feel like we should have like a little technical difficulties thing. Like, shouldn't that be included in the thing? Like a button we can hit just goes like boop, and then the technical difficulties thing comes up when without having to terminate the. So I mean, if we ever have to both quit, then we'll have to start a whole new video. That'd be so irritating. Whew, excuse me. She said she's working on it, but it's slow this time. Maybe I should start a list of things that I would like them to add to this app. Like being able to throw up an opening sequence during live, that'd be great once we have one. Or put on the picture when we're talking about pictures, that would be great. Just have that pop up. Like, it can't be that hard to just give us a way to, it'd be like screen sharing, just like post a picture and then it shows up in the video live. That'd be great. It's so useful. So uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. Never did get to doing any of my other videos this week. I have a busy week. I don't really know why. Just everything sort of happens. I do not know. The Tony Awards are on tonight, and my cousin says during the Great Comet, just in case. You will not be able to look at me and then figure out which one is my cousin because we don't look anything alike. She's like a foot taller than me and totally different colors and like super gorgeous and really annoying. But her being so pretty is annoying and stuff. But she's there. And she's going to be famous one day, and then I'm going to write plays for her, and it'll be amazing. Amazing. I just followed Tea Istanbul on Instagram because they followed me, and I follow so many tea blogs because you can never have too many tea blogs. You would think maybe that you could, but you cannot. There is no such thing as too much tea. As my endless consumption of tea while we film this show should indicate. I think I'm gonna start doing tea videos periodically. That'd be cool. Oh, are you back? She's trying. Are you back? Or
Hey. Please.
oh, my back.
Yeah, mine too. Okay. All right, back to talking about Guardians of the Galaxy and how awesome Nebula is.
Nebula is awesome. I haven't gone looking for action figures, but I really hope there is one for her.
Just updated for the app again. That was interesting. Facebook post open I was reading earlier today, and their picture just loaded up my screen. I was sad. Fucking stop up. I loved it that even after she fucking crashed her ship into Gamora, trapped it, Gamora still goes out like, I'm not letting you die.
She's still her sister, even though they're kind of the same age and technically unrelated.
Well, that doesn't, you're raised together and told your siblings.
And the whole series is about making family and finding family anyway, so.
Yeah, exactly. Making family out of what you have, not what you're born to.
Like, it's a thing that almost every show does. Like, every show, every movie, they're all, like, making family. But I don't think I will ever get tired of it.
No, I love that. I love that trope. I do. It's not a cliche one because it's fun to watch all these zany, wacky, completely different sides of the spectrum type characters come together and become a family.
Exactly.
Because like they even did that in Civil War. Even though he was a douchebag at the end and all that, Steve still sends that package at the end that says, "We'll be here if you need us."
Yes. And, like, the trope is even more fun when it's a bunch of, like, criminals and weirdos, which is what these guys are.
Yeah, not a one of them really has a good redeeming quality.
But they try, and that's the important part. They try. And they deal with their issues. Like the whole thing with Rocket dealing with his tendency to make people mad at him so that they won't be nice to him.
Yeah. People.
I was not expecting character growth from Rocket. That was an emotional journey.
Yeah, that was. He's like, it made my heart hurt. Like a lot of stuff in this movie really made my heart hurt.
I think that that's what they were aiming for because there was more emotion than story, really.
Aiming to rip my heart out from the beginning. Damn it. Hold on.
It was a very straightforward story. But there was a lot of emotion along the way.
There we go. Okay. I thought I burnt it out. I'm like, no! Let there be light. Now I don't look like I'm blending into the background.
What, you don't want to be a ghost? What?
That's only for our Halloween show.
We'll just turn the lights down and then have like flashlights.
Yes. This is how we're doing the show. That's how we're doing the show next year for Halloween. We're just going to sit there with flashlights under our chins.
It'll be like, I don't actually have a flashlight, but I have my cell phone, so it'll be like this.
I'll find creepy sounds to play on my iPod and like
terribly unflattering.
Doors. Right?
Halloween is fun because you're basically supposed to be ugly, so like
turn on night shift. No. Stop! You stupid thing. Oh, turn night shift on. I don't even know what night shift is.
I think that's the thing that's supposed to filter so that it doesn't keep you awake and disrupt your sleep cycle.
Yes, that makes sense.
It's like something biting the back of my leg and it keeps doing it and it's driving me nuts.
I hate that feeling. It drives me nuts too. Let's see. Who else was fun? Peter was just fucking stupid.
He always kind of is.
In this movie than he was in the last one because he did that Ego wanted to use him basically until Ego said, hey, the what I had to do was give your mom that tumor.
Yeah, I'm glad that they did that, like mean as it was, because he was not getting it. He needed something that big.
That clicked, yeah.
Because that's smart. If you're gonna have your
And then,
character
like, the
acting dumb, then
weakest
you have to
fucking
be
line
smart
of
about
the
it.
whole movie.
I think that
But
the scene
literally
that
the
they
weakest line.
were doing with him was that he wanted so bad that he was not.
He was willing to overlook the issues. Yeah.
Because I mean, even Gamora was like, "I thought you did find your family. I thought we were your family."
Yeah, she was hurt. But it
For
still
her
came from
having
that
to be
scene
a
where it was like he fights back again and he's like, you shouldn't have killed my mom or broke my head my and the tape recorder is kind of not as important as the fact that this guy killed your mom.
Yeah.
The line just bugged me. I was like, nah.
Oh yeah. Before that though, when he was like, "You can have all these powers. You can make anything." I'm gonna make some really weird shit.
Yeah, I did like that. I was like, yes.
And he kind of came through with it when he was fighting, and he like became Pac-Man for a minute.
Right? That was cool. I was like, yeah, Pac-Man.
Oh man, he's gonna be so boggled by the video games and television and everything that exists now.
Seriously, he is. He's gonna be like, because now he's got the music thing he got at the end of the movie from Kraglin.
Yeah, he's got.
It wasn't an iPod. It was
It was a Zune. He's got 300 new songs.
Right? Jesus.
Right. His mom gave him 2 tapes. His blue dad gave him 300 new songs.
Right? I don't know. The tapes probably are a little more important to him, though. They were from his real mom. I mean, I get it. Yondu is dad. I'm not going to say no to that at all.
And his mom picked the songs too.
Yeah.
I think Yondu probably just took what was already on there.
He'll like it.
There's a whole lot of discourse on the tumbles about Yondu. People arguing over whether he's a good dad or not.
He was not a good dad. No way he was a good dad.
He was not a good dad, but he was a bad dad with a good reason.
Yeah. Technically, he could have just taken Peter back.
Yeah. But there was also there's a lot of fan art on Tumblr where he's got Peter as a baby, but Peter was 8 when he was taken.
Oh, but it's fan art.
And hilarious as it would be to see him taking care of a baby.
Yeah.
I think that would have made it worse.
He probably would have ended up eating Peter.
I kind of wonder if they do actually eat people. Do they actually eat people, or is that just the boogeyman?
Right? Was that
people that they ate to prove that this is a thing that could happen, or did they just tell him that because he was a kid?
They wanted him to, keep him in line. What else? The Sovereigns.
Sovereigns.
The background villains of the movie, because Rocket stole batteries.
Because he wanted people to be mad at him, but they came in handy later.
Yeah, he did, but at the same time, I saw an interview with James Gunn where it was actually supposed to be Adam Warlock that came after him instead of the Sovereign Nation, and I'm like, I've been Adam Warlock because that would have been more entertaining.
That's the who's he
Then
blah
the
blah
video game fleet.
the cutscene at the end.
Yes.
5 credit scenes. Them introducing Adam Warlock.
Yeah, and like James Gunn said originally, the Sovereign were going to send Adam Warlock after them, and I don't know, I thought that would have been a little more entertaining, but at the same time, I get why he decided to, because they would have had 2 big things in one movie, and that might have been too much for some fans. I don't know.
I feel like they could have pulled it off. They would have just had to tie the stories together in some way.
Yeah.
But it was already so full that I don't blame them for cutting it.
No, I don't either. It just was like,
and also without him, there was that fun idea of the sovereigns can do whatever the hell they want. They're not actually in their ships.
Yeah, because it was like the video game fleet, literally. That's like what I called them. Like they're the video game fleet games.
And they're all kind of dicks.
Yeah.
For sure that they are the best ever.
And then they got showed up by a bunch of misfits. Repeatedly.
Misfits. But the queen was totally flirting with Peter anyway, so.
Oh, she was. She was totally flirting with Peter. She's like, perhaps you can show me this way of making children in the future. And Gamora was totally pissed. She's like,
not that there was anything there.
Right?
There was not an unspoken thing.
Nope. Oh, sorry.
What else? Ooh, what about all the Ravagers?
Yeah, it was Sylvester Stallone as their leader.
And Michelle Yeoh, who I love.
Yeah. Yes.
Who was a total badass, even though she was only there for like 3.5 seconds.
Yes.
I heard a rumor that from some article that was saying that maybe they're setting up for a Ravager spinoff.
That'd be cool. I'd be down with that.
That would be a badass group.
Yeah.
It'd be like the Expendables in a sci-fi universe.
It's Expendables in space.
In space. Spaceables.
Yeah.
I hope they went back and apologized to that poor whorehouse lady.
Right? Like, we changed our minds. We like Yondu again.
He wasn't as bad as we thought, so you've got the 99% of the Ravagers back on your list.
Right? Like, I was like really, sorry, that just popped into my head. I was like really I read an article like a week or so ago where the guy was like top 10 things that didn't make any sense in Guardians, and he was like listing stuff that was like completely and utterly explained in the movie.
He didn't pay enough attention then.
He was not paying attention because he's like, how did Nebula get her ship after she crashed? I'm like, Gamora pulled her ass out, dumbass. And I was like, what was another one? Why did the Ravagers show up for funeral? And I'm like,
because they called them?
You fucking morons.
Yeah, they called him and explained what happened, and they came because he deserved the funeral.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he died saving the galaxy and Peter, and
it turned out that he had never broken the rules. He just made some stupid decisions.
Yeah, exactly.
And then never told anybody about it, I guess. So he spent like 30 years
ostracized
rather than give himself away.
Well, he didn't want to look weak either. That was another
He
thing.
didn't want to look weak to find him, I guess.
Yeah, there's that too.
And at least he wasn't Taserface. Taserface. Like as far as all of the criminals we've seen in that movie, he and his guys were way worse than any of the actual Ravagers, apparently.
Right? Like, because apparently the Ravagers had a code, yeah.
Yeah, and like uniforms and shit.
Well, technically,
like,
everyone was wearing a uniform because there was time, in the last movie, red clothes, and then in this movie, Nebula got the red clothes. Yeah. So I guess red was the Ravagers' uniform color.
And that teeny tiny one they made for Groot.
I know. It's like, okay, where did they have that on hand?
Do you think that they have like replicators to make the clothes, or do you think one of those terrible looking criminals had to sew a teeny tiny Ravager outfit for Groot? Video better, story wise.
Fucking. Okay, it's done. That took 3 days.
Be hilarious.
Are we gonna? Can I swoosh the tree? No, he's too cute to kill.
Even Taserface said he's too adorable to destroy. But then he went and killed hundreds of Ravagers.
They killed.
There were so many dead Ravagers in this movie.
I know, they killed everybody. They didn't just
I
kill
was
one
a little
or two.
bit.
They killed fucking everybody.
I was a little bit alarmed at how many people they were just casually killing. Like, lots of killing.
I mean, like,
so much.
It's not like Yandu couldn't have just blown up the ship and walked off the ship and left everybody to die in the explosion. No, they had to show everybody getting shit and fucking killed with the arrow and the bullets, and wow.
So many people died. I mean, it was badass, but it was so many people.
I know, right? And
like,
Groot got in there too. He ripped him through the guy off the bridge.
It's like the most angry tree you ever saw.
Baby tree.
Baby tree.
Yes.
Although the scene at the end, something just buzzed very strangely. The credits scene with teenager Groot was kind of the best thing ever.
Rats are everywhere.
It smells like a locker room and a compost heap in here. Green. I'm green.
I love that. Yeah.
There were so many credit scenes.
I know. What else?
And no, the whole thing with Nebula and Gamora, I really liked that also because it gave them their own story. Well, closure, yeah. And it also gave them their own story so that the movie could pass the Bechdel test.
So, we're just going to focus on Peter.
There were whole scenes in there where they were talking about their own experience and their own lives and didn't even mention dudes.
Right? That was awesome. I was very happy with that. But, I love Nebula and I love Gamora, so I'm happy that they're pushing them and giving them... Nebula might be a villainess, but she's not being pushed that way. She's being given a reason for why she's so angry, and I love it.
Yeah, and she's at this point, by the end of the movie, she's no more a villain than any of them are.
The rest of the team. Yeah.
She's just a bit more violent at it.
Right? She is not a garden of the galaxy.
She's not a garden.
My ice is stuck at the top of my cup. Like, literally. My water is here, my ice is up here, and they are not touching.
That's so weird.
Come on. Thank you. There it goes.
You were making butter for a second.
Okay.
Story side in the background.
Aside from me just like fawning all over Mantis, I think we're basically
Done.
to say
Except
other
for
than
the big painful part that I'm scared to talk about, but I will.
you can do it.
Hold on. Sorry, it's actually important that I respond to that. Somebody's medication.
I saw a post on Tumblr that was just like, wait, did Yondu just single-handedly redeem the word daddy after everybody on the internet ruined it?
No, basically he did. Yeah, I came home that night after seeing that movie, and I literally posted on my Facebook that I said I had an ego, but I never had a Yondu. Because that's basically how I felt.
It's true.
And I'm like really glad that a majority of my family won't get that, because I don't want any shit for saying bad things about my dad after he's died, but he was never there for me, so.
And he didn't change that, so.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it was on him, and I understand that now, that the lack of relationship was not from me, but from him, and that's on him, not me, but it still hurts, it still sucks.
And then real life problems, you don't have like destructive planet
Ending fathers. Yeah,
motives.
no, you don't.
All
Not
the
in real
line
life.
between right and wrong.
And then there was no Yondu. There was no sort of bad, sort of good father figure for me growing up. But I had more of the I don't really give a shit about you unless you're worth my time type father is what I always felt like I had. So this year movies have really been hitting me very hard with the daddy feels, I guess. Because like Logan, literally, like I was devastated by Logan. Because literally that movie came out, a month and a half after my dad died.
Right?
And then we have this one where all Peter's wanted was to ever meet his real father, and then he meets his real father, and his real father's a douchebag. And then the guy who actually raised him, who was a pretty decent father, ends up. And yeah.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
complicated, and they're going to be dealing with that for a while.
Yeah, and it's like, and then it's like, what's funny is the Tony daddy issues never bugged me. But I never had to deal with the Tony daddy issues because they all happened before my dad died. So they never bothered me. So, like, if they touch on them again in some future movie.
I think also Tony's daddy issues were, the whole tone was different. His dad, there was no other dad. There was just the one. And
yeah,
himself at any point. We still don't know how he got from the funny womanizer to the douchebag.
Yeah, like how can we have these details, please? But we'll probably never get them because they canceled Agent Carter.
I don't understand why.
Yeah, I don't either, because it was a really good show, and they of course won't release that on Netflix, so I can't see the back half of season 2.
It had a purpose in the series in the MCU, and then they canceled it anyway.
Right? It's very annoying.
It wasn't S.H.I.E.L.D. yet when the show ended.
Yeah.
They were just starting to form S.H.I.E.L.D. I think if we had gotten that space between Howard and old Howard, it would make Tony's story much more
Relatable.
yeah.
Seeing is it's from Tony's side of the story, and he's just like, I have daddy issues. But why do you have daddy issues?
And he's always snarky and angry about them.
Yeah.
But there was never any redemption in there.
And then he takes him out on Steve, who, Howard was so. They're like,
Yeah,
Steve, like, I
he got
can't
mad at-
control that.
He got mad at Bucky because of his role in his death, but there was no. With Yondu, we got the understanding of why it happened, and even with Ego, we got the understanding of why it happened, why he was the way he was. But we never got that with Howard, so it's hard to care.
And it's like, he was an asshole dad who wasn't there for you. Sorry, kid.
He's been in like 3 scenes, and none of them were interesting.
Like, the only time he was interesting was when he was in Captain America.
He
gave us the do you can do line.
From the second that they started Agent Carter and he wasn't an asshole, we're going to go give us his story, and then when we get back to now in the movies, Tony finds out something that makes him realize that he's had it wrong the whole time, because we only know what he has said. Nobody else who was in there knew Howard since.
Like, the only one who did was probably Fury, and we're not going to get much out of Fury because they're never going to do a Nick Fury movie.
Yeah, and he's never going to tell him anyway. Like, he'll say, like, maybe one half line. But, like, that's what I thought. That's where I thought they were going with that. Give us a reason.
Yeah.
Because it must have been, like, he named his robot Jarvis, so his actual dad.
Yeah,
so
there's such a connection to Jarvis, too, and it's like, can I have information, please? Just write a book. If you're not going to give us the show, like, write a novel or something.
Or give us, in the next Iron Man movie, give us a freaking flashback to something in between where Peggy and Sousa are married and we find out what happened with Howard being a dad.
Oh my god. I might have to get up and run downstairs really quick. They apparently cannot find one of my friend's prescriptions.
Charming.
Yeah. I just told her it's the biggest prescription bottle in the drawer, so hopefully she can figure it out now. And it's like the stupidest bottle, too, because these pills are, like, literally the size of a fucking pinhead. And they gave her a bottle that is literally that tall.
Why? Is there, like, 1,000 in there?
No, there's only, like, 50.
That could have been in, like, one of those bottles.
Yeah. Waiting to see if she answers me and says she found them or if she needs me to come get them.
There seems to be a lot of daddy issues in general in the MCU, huh?
Yeah, there really is. I mean, we know nothing about Steve's dad unless you look into the comics. Steve's dad was killed in the army.
They never mentioned that in the movie, I don't think.
No, they don't. That was like in a prequel comic or something where they said his dad was killed during some like naval operation or something. Yeah. And then
and all they said about his mom was that she died youngish. He was on his own with Bucky by the time the movie started.
Yeah, he was in his like very early 20s, late teens, early 20s when Sarah died.
Yeah.
Let's see. We don't know anything about Natasha's family. We really don't know anything about Bruce's family, except that Bruce's dad was
anything about Bruce at all. Like, even the one movie that the Hulk got was different writers, different plan, different actors.
Yeah, but it was, I do know that they did hint very heavily at it that Bruce's dad was abusive.
Yeah. I want to know if they're ever going to bring back Betty. Like,
I know, she's like,
Bruce-
okay, they brought back General Ross. Where's Betty?
he already had his own lady, and
Now they don't, he doesn't
with-
have a lady at all, except they're trying to do that awful, god-awful Hulk Natasha thing.
like, the whole thing with Black Widow could have been really good, but they cut out all the parts that would have made it good.
Yeah, they cut out the parts that made it make sense.
Like how she went from being afraid to him to working with him, how they came up with this plan, how they started thinking they liked each other.
Uh-huh. It's
all the
yeah.
all the parts that made it work, they cut out.
They did, yeah. Let's see, is there...
And the chance of either of them getting a movie that would fill in that gap, yeah, pretty low.
Wonder Woman has done like amazing. So if Captain Marvel does really, really good, maybe they'll go back and give us a Black Widow movie.
What?
Break up. No,
What?
I don't know. Don't do this. We're just wrapping up. Okay, computer, come on. She's not freezing, so
Okay.
I think it's on your end this time.
No, it was. The sound was just like I could hear that you were talking, but it was dragging enough that I couldn't tell what the words were.
Oh, I said that Wonder Woman has done really well this last weekend, 2 weekends. And if Captain Marvel does really well, maybe we'll go back and get a Black Widow movie, but I doubt it.
Like, the longer it goes without them announcing one, the less hope I have. But she really deserves
Same.
one.
She does, I agree.
And like
they could even do like a Black Widow Hawkeye movie. Just combine the two of them and give us a backstory for both of those characters because god damn it, I want to know what happened in
I found her.
my cousin on the Tonys.
She's like the front.
I want to know what
Of the
I'm still here. I'm trying to
Yeah,
remember the offhanded comment in the first this reminds me of, and then Hawkeye responds, you and I have a very different memory of that.
yeah.
I'd like to know what happened there.
I want to know what their backstory is. I want to know how he got the assassin to switch sides.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, any movie, great. It would also be a great way to get S.H.I.E.L.D. back into the MCU.
Yes.
Since they're like the two biggest S.H.I.E.L.D. agents that anybody knows about.
Right.
So give them their movie. Bring Coulson
Please.
back.
Yes.
Back.
Yes. Coulson is awesome. We need Coulson.
Coulson needs to be in the movies.
He does. I agree.
He's so calm. They never would have gone to war if Coulson was in the movies.
No, they wouldn't have. They would have been just fine. He would have been like, dudes, just sign this. We'll work it out later.
Yeah. It would have
Just
been
sign it. It'll be all good. And then it's like the one line in Civil War from General Ross is, where's the Hulk and Thor? If we misplaced a couple of megaton nuclear missiles, we'd be a little more concerned too. I'm like, Thor is a god and he lives on Asgard, you fucktard.
right. Like you're not his dad. He doesn't tell you when he's leaving.
Right, and the Hulk trusts the government about as far as he could throw it, and that's pretty damn far.
Right? And at this point, we know that he went off somewhere to be away from all this. And they probably did look for him, but nobody found him. That's because somehow he wound up in space.
Yeah, with Jeff Goldblum.
With Jeff Goldblum.
I'm dying to see that movie in November. Like, seriously, so bad.
It looks so fun. And like
It does.
the bad guy looks so badass.
I don't even care that they cut Thor's hair off. I want it. I want it all. And we got Hell and Loki. I'm sorry, I'm a Loki fan.
They probably won't do it, but I really want them to acknowledge that in the mythology, she's his daughter.
I know, me too. I really need that. Like, I really, really need that acknowledgement.
30-something Loki will have like a 40-something daughter.
Yes.
I want it so bad.
Oh God, yes. What was it? Yeah, that was what we were talking about the other day with Ethan being older than his parents, and the actor is older than the actors who play his parents.
It's true.
Oh my God.
That's like my favorite thing about time travel shows, when your family gets out of order. Like,
yeah,
they handled it very poorly on Hello, but he was significantly older than his parents.
Yeah.
And they had in even in quasi time travel shows like Forever Travel, it was just
he lived
doesn't
forever.
age. He's like 70 when he's like 40. I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else to discuss about Guardians of the Galaxy? I think we covered everything.
I was rambling when you were away that I'm really desperately loving these side movies. The cosmic movies are so much more fun than the mainstream movies right now.
Yeah. I mean, I loved Civil War and I loved Winter Soldier before that. Iron Man 3 was kind of eh. Thor 2 was also kind of eh.
I liked Iron Man 3 because they were finally dealing with some of Tony's issues.
Yes,
finally.
that was like one of the only like really good takeaway points from Iron Man 3 was that they were dealing with Tony's. The kid was awesome. I want the kid to come back. I don't care what anyone says.
That kid was like 12, and they have the movies planned out for another at least 3 or 4 years. That's old enough for him to be a teenage superhero who then gets. It would be great.
It would be. I agree.
It would be so good.
Everyone's like, oh, he was annoying. I'm like, he was your typical 12-year-old child. He was not annoying.
He was not any more annoying than Tony.
Right? He was more fun than Tony.
He was basically on the same level, except slightly more mature than Tony most of the time.
Yes. He was slightly more mature than Tony, which is saying a lot.
Tony's a baby. Like,
I am severely looking forward to Thor 3 Ragnarok.
So excited. It looks like it's going to be the most fun.
It does. It looks like it's going to be on par with the Guardians movies.
That's what they were aiming for, I think. And like Taika Waititi his movies that he makes are generally smart and strange. So it should be wonderful.
Yes, and I'm excited about that. So I can't wait to see that. Black Panther looks fucking amazing just from the first preview we've gotten.
God. They showed all the bodyguard girls, and I was just like, "Woo!"
I know. I'm like bodyguard women. Yes, that was awesome.
Like, I don't even care about the rest of the movie.
I just watch it for all the pretty women and Chadwick Boseman.
I just want to see Dana Gurira and Lupita Nyong'o in the same movie. That's really all I need out of my life.
That will be awesome. I agree.
It'd be so cool.
Can't wait.
I'm worried about Infinity War. There's like 68 different people in that movie. How are they going to have room for that many people?
Oh my God. How is that even going to work? I'm like, I know somebody's going to die.
And like originally it was going to be 2 movies, but then they decided, no, we'll just make it 1 movie. So it's either got to be 4 hours long. They're just going to be standing there or like punching things but not have any lines.
Right? Because there isn't enough movies between now and then to set that movie up.
There's not enough to give everybody a story, that's for sure. Like,
No.
literally everybody is
Everyone
in
keeps saying, oh, you know, we know people are going to die in this movie, and everyone keeps going, it's going to be Wanda, and I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not, because she said repeatedly she loves this role and she won't leave it for anything.
If anybody's going to die, it's probably going to be Cap, because there's now two backup Caps in the story.
Yeah, exactly. And he, what's his name? Chris Evans is only through Avengers 4.
Yeah.
His contract is done after Avengers 4, and he says he will not be extending it.
He wants to be
he
able
may
to
survive Civil.
He wants to be able to not have to work out as much. He's talked more than once about how hard
tiring
it is keeping up
yeah.
physique. He wants to do other stuff.
Yeah.
And like Iron Man was supposed to be done, but then he renegotiated. So it's not entirely like but he said more than once very politely that he wants some time off.
He's like, I need a break.
I mean,
I need to go do some other movies.
It's gotta be alarming. You like sign on for this thing that suddenly makes you a star, and
again
then proceeds to eat up the next decade of your life. Like, you're basically signing on for the next 10
literally
years.
the Avengers movies is what literally rebirthed Robert Downey Jr.'s career, because he was like, nobody can remembered him anymore.
Because he had so many troubles that he was in the news and the tabloids more than he was in movies for a long time.
Exactly, yeah. It is. I'm gonna say it will be hard to look at these actors once they're done with these movies and not go, "That's Thor. That's Captain America. That's," because these actors were brought to us as these characters. I had never heard of most of them before this movie.
I'm pretty sure Marvel just casts people who are already like the characters anyway, because Chris Evans is very much like Cap, and like Hiddleston basically is Loki. He's just not evil.
Yeah. Isn't his character Sebastian Stan?
He's so cute though.
I know, he's perfect. He's the perfect Bucky.
I'm totally learning Romanian just because he speaks it.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Also, it's actually a really pretty language. It's like with a little Italian and kind of Russian-y bits mixed in.
Yeah.
It's fun. I don't know enough to like demonstrate any, but sounding.
Yeah. I know their languages.
I'm trying to learn as many languages as I can cram into my head, because I'm like getting Alzheimer's, and they said that knowing multiple languages holds it off.
Oh, I never knew that. I used to know like a few words in like Japanese because one of my friends lived in Japan for like a year. And so when she came back, she was like obsessed with teaching me stuff.
I know a little bit of Japanese. I know enough that I once made a tourist cry because it was the first time she had heard any Japanese since she left Japan, and she didn't speak any English, so it was the first time anyone actually spoke to her directly since she came on vacation.
Oh. Aww. Like the only,
I was just like, and she just burst into tears.
The only word I actually remember like from her teaching me is Mizuame, which was like literally water demon. And my pronunciation is probably horrible, so please forgive me.
Okay, when I was reading through the Inuyasha manga, most of the manga translations were done by random people, and there was one person who would translate the names too. Like, you know, usually you leave it Inuyasha or whatever.
Arkagome, yeah.
But like this person thought it was really funny to translate what their names mean too. So like
Oh Jesus.
main villain, it technically means like darkness or hell or something, but the literal translation is theater basement. Underneath the stage in a kabuki theater.
That's
so
funny.
like there were several books that I read that called him theater
They were
basement.
like theater basement.
And Inuyasha's
I love it.
Inuyasha's brother's name translates to Killing Death's Circle.
All right.
So like, and Inuyasha literally means dog demon. So there's that. It was hilarious. Like, it would be like translating one of our books and listener.
Yeah. I'm loving this little loop of hair I have going on here at the top of my head. It's like,
so
like literally, I have a handle, people.
That's
not,
bigger.
like it will not stay down though. Look, it's like boing.
It's your anime hair.
Yay! I have anime hair. Oh, my hair is anime hair colors.
There's like these little curls that go right, and then all the rest of my hair looks like this.
That's what mine sometimes does if I actually take care of it, but I don't. So,
like, I conditioned it, and it's softer than usual, but conditioning tends to make it floof rather than calming it down because my hair is contrary. And every time I change the biochemistry, it does something weird. Here.
Yeah.
Anyway, MCU.
Yes. Actually, I think we're just about done.
I think we are just about done.
Because my computer's starting to slow down again, and I don't want to freeze on you again.
So we will be back on Wednesday to talk about our Friday shows.
And Winona Earp, which I've not watched yet. I'll watch them tomorrow.
I haven't watched either.
Thursday.
I tuned in on time to watch them. Well, to watch Winona, I was on time. I missed the beginning of Dark Matter, but my cable decided to recognize me as being in my own house, so I didn't get to watch them.
Lame.
Super lame.
I was out Friday night at a cousin's for dinner. That's why I didn't watch live. But I'm going to be home by myself next Friday. So I might live tweet, folks. I might actually be active during Dark Matter and Winona Earp next Friday. So, yeah.
So exciting.
I know, right? Like, I'm going to be by myself till the 28th. So, don't come and kill me. Oh, wait, you don't know where I live, so it doesn't matter. You just know I live in the mountains of California. I could be, like, anywhere, because there's a mountain range that runs the entire length of this state.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. So, you could just, go search it. You could search the entirety of the mountains, but yeah, you're not
all the mountains.
Of all the mountains. Which mountain do I live on, folks? Let's play that game. But yeah. So I will be starting my 12 Monkeys rewatch next week, probably Thursday, sometime during the day, while I lounge around the house doing nothing. I'm looking forward to that. I am really looking forward to that.
I've decided I'm going to do a how many times has Cole been punched tally with each episode.
Yes.
So I'm going to be tweeting about that.
Yay! I will be live tweeting while I watch the episodes. I am going to tweet my little butt off for the next couple weeks while I watch 12 Monkeys because that's what I do.
I'm I'm taking notes as I go to keep track of all the different things that I want to track. So I'm probably not going to tweet while I'm watching, but I'm going to tweet after with comments.
Yeah, like that's actually probably
the
what I'll
chat.
do too, because yeah, I have the same thing. I'm going to be making notes and timeline notes and all this stuff. So
Here's my ones from today.
I haven't watched it yet, so I have
write.
nothing.
I decided to write much smaller because when I was taking notes before, it was like this.
Yeah, like a big sad because I wanted to do color photos of the cast in the inside covers of my notebook, but the library does not print in color unless I ask, and I haven't had time to go back to the library yet. So annoying
And
library. They should just give me access to their color printer already.
Black and white with how dark that show is would probably not show up anyway.
Exactly, it would be horrible, and I need pretty color photos with their blue background because I love the second season photo cast photos.
I love the posters.
I know, I want those.
I
want them, and I want to plaster them on the wall.
Have you looked in the 12 Monkeys shop and seen all the mugs they have?
I want them. I want to sit here and drink tea or something or even soda. No, I'm giving up soda again.
Like six mugs just at the same time so that I don't have to choose.
Yeah, all 6 straws. I just have 6 straws out of each mug. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you on Wednesday night when we will discuss Winona Earp Season 2 and Dark Matter Season 3.
Season 3, where our friend Jeff is there.
Yay, Jeff! All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Or Wednesday, not tomorrow.
See you. Yeah. Tomorrow's tomorrow.
Bye! See you all later.